Welcome to Main Event.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Knoxville, Tennessee, representing American-made, Ivy Nile.
This is someone who earlier today, as we were getting ready for Main Event tonight, Byron, you tried to get a few words with, and she told you to, I don't want to repeat what she said, but it wasn't very nice. What did you do to Ivy Nile?
It was a bad judgment call for me. Ivy Nile looked the same way backstage she looks now, which is perturbed and disturbed.
Well, you can hear from the WWE Universe tonight just what they think of Ivy Nile.
Wait, don't you sing along, Vic. Don't you dare sing along.
I almost.
I saw your lips going there.
I almost did. Of course, Blake Coward not with you this week. I am Vic Joseph alongside Byron Saxton. And Byron, we've moved into the month of December. Only a few more weeks left this year.
Isn't it amazing right now? If you're a WWE superstar and you're watching the days tick away as we inch towards 2026, you're thinking, how can I finish this year as strong as humanly possible?
That's a great point, because before we know it, it will be the Royal Rumble, and then we will be on the road to WrestleMania.
Isn't that wild?
Every year goes just by like that.
Just
Byron.
like that.
And this is a woman who really did have a big year. More on that in just a moment.
And her opponent, from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Thea Hale.
Vic, can I get a hell yeah?
Hell yeah!
That was horrible.
I think I'm the one who coined that on NXT. Of course, I'm very familiar with Thea Hale, a superstar who is getting the opportunity here tonight. Also someone who might need to actually think about decaf in the morning.
I don't think so at all.
You like the happiness, you like that.
Energy level, the rambunctious nature, that's what makes Thea Hale who she is.
I'm now not very impressed with Thea Hale, but you know, Booker T tells me every Tuesday on NXT that Hale has been, and I don't like to use this term, but it's what he said, she has been misguided during her run in NXT. NQCC, Chase University, Joe Hendry. Do you agree with Booker's assessment?
To an extent, but isn't that part of the maturation of anybody's career?
That's fair.
You make some wrong turns, you make some mistakes, you learn from those humps in the road, and you become better, right?
I mean, it's very fair, and you think about Thea Hale, someone who has competed for the NXT Women's Championship, someone who now at this level competing against Ivy Nile. We talk about being the end of the year, looking to make a banner. What do you mean, oh?
Okay, Thea. That's a New Year's dance.
Like how you
what you
tied
know
it
about
to
that?
ours. I don't know much about it, I'll give you that. But could this be a launching point for Thea with a victory over someone like Ivy Nile?
Oh, without question. If you're Thea Hale, you've gone through such an adjustment from your days in Chase U, being taken more seriously, tweaking your style a little bit, and this is just part of that road. Pick up a win against Ivy Nile, now you're raising some eyebrows in the women's division, whether it's Monday Night Raw, Friday Night SmackDown, as well as NXT.
Able to roll through almost a count there by the official. Nice tilt-a-whirl arm drag by Thea Hale, and recently Hale was under the bright lights in New York City at Gold Rush several weeks ago. How does an experience like that, though, being in the theater of Madison Square Garden, motivate someone?
You described it to me as surreal, a moment she will never forget for the rest of her life.
Things starting to slow down in this matchup. I think Ivy Nile was feeling that momentum start to slip away as charging right back in is Thea Hale. And you got to think Thea has to look to someone like Maxine Dupree and just know in her heart that hard work will pay off.
I'll tell you, Maxine's win of the Women's Intercontinental Championship did so much for every single women's locker room. It gave hope to a lot of superstars that felt like, yeah, I'll never be in that position to actually contend for a championship.
Well, the same can be said for someone like Ivy Nile. Take another look. First, you see the athleticism, and bam, that door just getting slammed shut by Ivy Nile. And I talked about the year Ivy Nile has had, the opportunities she has had. Have you seen the growth in ring from Ivy Nile?
I think so. It starts with the appearance, as silly as that may sound. But if you look at yourself and you see a different competitor, that translates to your style inside the ring.
You can hear the WWE Universe here.
Look at the smile on Ivy's face. She enjoys it.
It's almost
she
a little
enjoys
bit
the
sinister.
jeer.
Face first goes Thea. bouncing off that top turnbuckle. And Ivy, who used to train in the Performance Center down in Orlando with Thea, called her an annoying gnat that just won't go away. And you know that has to fuel Thea Hale, but right now for Thea, she's got to get back into the matchup, off the suplex, into the cover, and another kick out.
Yeah, think about there's pressure on Ivy Nile as well. Remember when Chad Gable went off into the sunset for a little bit and told Ivy Nile, listen, you're in charge now. You got to run the show. That's still an internal motivation for Ivy Nile.
You've actually seen that a little bit, Byron. It's a great point. Great point that you bring up, because Ivy really at that juncture, I think maybe that's when she started to change her perception about how she viewed things. Let's not forget, she was contending for championship. She was in championship conversation. And I think that was really the jumping point.
For every great superstar that's done amazing things in our industry, they can always pinpoint one moment, whether it was a win.
Up, over, shoulders down, out of the corner, looking for the upset.
It could have been a win. It could have been a pep talk. There's always that pivotal change. Ouch.
Derek Sanders checking on Thea. Ivy seeing her opportunity into the cover. And another kick out, and Ivy might have just taken a little extra second, but you saw the striking ability right there from Ivy Nile. How impressed are you with just the natural strength of Nile?
Ivy's always had the tools. There's no question about that. There's no argument to be made there. Ivy Nile has always brought something extremely unique inside the ring, but as we always say, how do you put it all together? How do you fill that toolbox to create a successfully sustained career?
Let's go, Thea Chance ringing out. Hale trying to rally here in this matchup. And that's one way to create a little separation, Byron. Trying to get back into this matchup.
Yeah, Hale's got to dig deep now, firing off a couple shots.
Big forearm under the jaw, firing back with a second one. Ivy now a little bit rocked. Now with the reverse. Thea Hale holding on. Big kick right to the chest. Rocked herself backwards, charges in. And now, two knees right to the elbow. Trying to hyperextend, could be setting up for that Kimura lock that we've seen Thea use on NXT time and time again. Certainly rallying right now.
You can feel Thea Hale's confidence growing by the second. This is the pace at which she thrives.
And that's a great point you bring up, because it is the pace that she thrives. Full throttle. Boom! Explode her out of the corner. Right back up. Big kick right to the face. Into the cover. Both shoulders down.
I think we need to be on upset alert, Vic.
So close to that upset, and I'm glad we agree on that, because this would be an upset for Thea Hale, who just got countered. Almost like a dragon sleeper right now.
I thought that's what exactly Ivy Nile was looking for.
Transitioning right back in, looking for a suplex. Inside cradle. Inside cradle. Kick out.
Angela momentum swinging back and forth. Ouch!
Michinoku driver. Will it be enough? And another near fall. What a matchup between these two women here on Main Event.
I love what we just saw there. A moment of shock there for Thea Hale, then kind of smacking her head, smacking her temple, going, stay in the game.
Refocused, high cross body.
Oh, wow.
Got caught. That was like a mini power slam almost.
Great display of strength by Ivy Nile. Nice adjustment at the last second.
And strength on display one more time. Power personified as Nile victorious.
Here is your winner, Ivy